So the last 3 pages of that packet, the first 2 of these there are several pictures of these old grills in the current condition, and then there's a picture of one of the types of new grills I'm looking at. It might not be this specific grill, but it is this style of grill that I'm looking at. And then that final page is just some information for the project beneficiaries.
How are you gonna fund your project, Spencer?
Thank you. First of all, I plan on going and calling several companies that produce these grills and asking for donations or discounts on these grills in order to compare and find the best price. And after that, I plan to go to Home Depot and ask for a donation or discount on the various other construction resources. And after that, I plan to go to local businesses around town and ask for donations to help pick up the extra costs. And then finally, I've had an anonymous donor offer to take care of what is left after fundraising.
Sounds like you have it planned out. You foresee any trouble with any of it in the future?
I do not. I've gotten confirmation from Scouts in order to go ahead and ask you guys for approval. I am seeking a signature of approval to continue.
You said there's 3 of them? There are 3 of them?
There are 2 grills. I plan on replacing both of them with new.
And who's gonna help you do the work, since you're obviously younger and maybe not a construction guy yet?
I'm going to be assisted by several of my troop members, as well as adults and some construction experts from my family to help with like pouring concrete and stuff.
Johanna, I had a question. Our work comp policy, we probably need to take a look at that, shouldn't we? If we're going to move construction materials away, just worried about potential liability. So we may want to just review the policy to make sure we're in good shape there. Yeah,
We probably need a list of names.
I would think so. So council,
Dad gonna help?
Probably.
we just need to make sure that we have coverage, and as long as we have coverage, we should be
We
fine. Just
can
want to make sure.
probably, or Karen can get with our insurance provider, and if they need to sign something, I'm sure that wouldn't be an issue. Okay.
I don't think it'll be a problem, but we will need a list of names that have everyone involved.
And
Okay.
I've seen these type of,
Yeah.
what you plan on putting in, I've seen those
Yeah.
around. They're probably more durable. Thing about brick, if it's not tuck pointed, whatever, after a while it goes away, and then the bricks start coming loose and people start picking them out. So,
Spencer, do you need the mayor's signature on one of your proposals?
I need a signature from the council to approve it.
All of them? Anybody?
Anybody?
Okay.
Anybody?
You wanna sign it for me,
Probably have
Nikki?
to
Or wait until we
motion and second in
A
order.
motion and
Second and vote, and then
that
we,
will
and then-
take care of the insurance.
assuming the insurance will cover, yeah. I think that's probably what we need, council.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve Spencer Gabehart's Eagle Scout project for the grills in the park with approval by our insurance.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Right. I have this paper here.
And probably what I'll do,
Beneficiary and that's it is.
probably what we'll do is I'll wait for Karen to check with the insurance department, and let them know, and I'll sign it, and I'll get a hold of
He can get it. What's his number?
I think it is,
Is it on paperwork?
7.
Mickey's getting it right now.
That's mine.
Mickey's getting it for us.
Thank you.
I can just get a hold of you. I'll let you know when they get that part of it taken care of, and I'll get it signed and back to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking into all of that.
Appreciate it.
on to regular business. At this time, we open up the public hearing for a budget and to exceed revenue neutral rate.
I don't know if I need to say something now or just later on a workshop.
Joanne?
I would do it now.
Yeah, go ahead now.
Okay, so I just got an email having a breakdown of like the ad valorem and the motor vehicle taxes and the recreation tax. And I guess I just need to see a breakdown of each year of how much we were supposed to get for each of those line items. Because when I figure it, when I get our tax money, no matter if it's ad valorem or motor vehicle, I'm not getting anywhere close to that 250,000. That's always the budget authority. So I just need to understand that better of why. I know there's always a delinquent, and I think they usually try to figure like 4% on that. But the difference from what I'm actually receiving and what they're saying my budget authority is, like, which right now, 23, I don't have my final numbers, of course. But like in 2022, our total with our transfer was like 229,000. But the budget authority, I think, was 245 or 250,000. I can't remember what year. I didn't write that down. So I guess I just need to understand why there's such a big gap there from what they're saying what we're getting and what I actually receive in dollar amounts.
That would be more of a Karen question because you get the property tax revenues from the county. If we don't collect, obviously, whenever they estimate the assessed value, it doesn't mean that people aren't gonna move or people aren't going to not pay. Is that what's going on? Because if Barb's getting less, every department that has a levy should be getting less.
Right. And we talked about it earlier today when you came in, but we can sit down and go through all the ad valorem, that you get all those papers, right? That show all the ad valorem monies.
I just get the check with the statement at the bottom that says,
Okay.
that,
Let me get all the ad valorem
and then like
papers that come in.
because
with
the
it.
ad valorem, I think I'm figuring out to equal out
It's
right.
done,
but
okay.
The motor vehicles where
Okay.
I think I'm off.
Yeah, we'll sit down because I'm not real
I
sure.
don't even think we did any motor vehicle in library. We'll have to look at that though. I mean, we can look at the audit and see how much less each department got last year, 2022.
Yeah, that's the last one I have the final numbers for.
If my iPad will.
Because
let me
like
look at
for that
page.
2022 year, the total tax money received, no matter how it came, if it was ad valorem or if it was motor vehicle, was $176,691.88. And then we had an electric fund transfer of $52,500, which
The electric fund transfer shouldn't vary from the budget at all. That should always come out exact.
Okay.
It's only the property tax might vary depending on what actually gets paid, because like I said, they estimate all that a year before they collect it. It's not popping up on the.
Well, she was asking, because she understands the budget authority is 250,000. So, and we figured it must come in with the tax money that comes in, right? Is that what we figured?
It's either property tax money or electric.
Or the
fund
meal
transfer.
part,
Those are the
yeah.
only two sources of that transfer to the
And it-
library.
So the motor vehicle taxes.
You think?
I don't, if it'll let me look at it, and it's not. I thought it was just, oh, it probably is partially motor vehicle. But whenever the county sends that to us, that they piecemeal it out, don't they? To what it's for and which,
But
because,
she's saying that all works out.
do it?
She's saying that the ad valorem part all works out. So I guess
So
it's
the ad
between,
valorem doesn't, or the ad valorem does,
Does.
and the motor vehicle doesn't?
So like, the email I received today, and I haven't really had time to look at it, I just received it probably about 30 minutes ago. It has the breaking it down, but,
Of the ad valorem, not the motor vehicle?
well, the one I got, it says ad valorem, and then it has, you know, the delinquent tax, has motor vehicle tax, recreational tax, the 1620M vehicle tax, and then LAVTR.
The motor vehicle taxes are also estimated by the county, so if they come in less, I just use the county numbers whenever I budget it, what they send me every year. So if they end up collecting less, each department that gets part of that revenue will get less, and they divvy that up when they send you the check, right? To which
yeah,
department it's supposed to go to?
right, right.
So I'm assuming if you're getting less motor vehicle, which we can look at last year's audit and see, like police and fire would have also got less in motor vehicle, and so would have general fund and debt service, because those are our tax levy funds. But yeah, those numbers are estimates from the county, and they're, I mean, I would be shocked if they were ever exact, because you don't know.
Right, but, you know, like when they're $20,000-$30,000 difference is where my concern is. You know, because when it said the library, you know, the library is,
It's
budget
20,000.
authority is $250,000, but, you know, like when we're only getting $229,000.
Yeah, it's not fun. I mean, we have. the
I just
same
want to make
issue.
sure we're understanding correctly where the money's coming from, so we can see where
Yeah,
it's
we
being
use
held out.
county estimates, and you can look at the audit and come get it whenever we have
She-
extra copies.
That's
Yeah,
just-
we give it to
I
her.
came and got it this
Okay.
afternoon, but again, I haven't had time to look at it.
Okay.
I just got it probably about 3 o'clock.
And we can go over this again when we get the department heads together. We can look it up and we can decipher everything. Make sure we all understand what we're talking about.
Okay. And then I seen like on for the 2024, it's showing that the library's going to take another budget transfer cut again this year.
It's just because you guys had a big fund balance, the money that is being transferred to the library, it's 250,000, so you still have the same budget authority.
But I never get 250,000. That's where I'm,
Because of that, we are collecting less in the motor vehicle, it's not because of the electric transfer, and we can't control how much, we use the county's estimates on how, like, if we have a 57 mill rate, the county says, if you do 57 mills, this is how much you're gonna collect. Probably, it doesn't mean you will.
so like the one I got sent today where the proposed year for the 2024, where it has the ad valorem and then all the vehicle taxes. You add all that together, it's 195,000, but then it's saying my transfer is gonna be like 50,000.
And then you have some fund balance. So you can pull down, so it's still 250,000. If we collect what the county says we will collect, based on that mill rate, you'll get 250,000.
So if we don't collect it, if motor vehicles is different, I mean, then you're gonna be short. Or if they're,
Everybody will
I
be
mean,
short.
they can be over, but they're just giving you that, this is what it was, so we're going off of that number. So if someone doesn't buy a vehicle or doesn't pay their tax on their vehicle, you're not gonna get that.
And neither will police, fire,
Right,
debt service.
right.
general
I
fund.
understand.
She
I
knows
understand that
that
part.
everybody across the board's not getting it,
Yeah.
but.
Right, I
Yeah.
understand that. I
Or
just
people
wanna-
aren't, just aren't paying them.
Yeah. Because like, you know, like the motor vehicle, you know, like 22,000, well, that's basically what I'm short.
It's the whole motor vehicle.
I mean, like, yeah, or plus more.
But you're not objecting to exceed the revenue neutral rate.
No, that's why I didn't know.
So I
if
think
should
that's what
do
we're
this.
here about,
Yeah.
is the revenue route neutral rate. You don't object to that. And so if council
No,
were to
because you're
pass
asking
that,
them to
you'd be
decide.
fine with
No,
that.
she's just inquiring about her funding.
So maybe the funding is probably a private conversation that you carry on with Johanna and.
Okay. That's why I was asking if I should do it at a workshop.
We do. Doing a workshop with decided when we're gonna do it yet. We gotta see when fire chief's gonna be able to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Barb.
Anybody else want to speak on the budget to exceed the new revenue neutral rate? Nobody else wanted to talk, we'll close the public hearing at this time.
We would need a motion to approve the budget, and then the second, item B, the resolution to exceed the revenue neutral rate. We need both.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we approve the budget to exceed the revenue neutral rate.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we approve the resolution 2023-21 to exceed the revenue neutral rate.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item C. Present Heather Ryan with certified municipal clerk certification. I hereby confer the title of certified municipal court clerk upon Heather Ryan, CMC, who has completed the requirements prescribed by the International Institute of Municipal Clerks for certification. On this, you were certified on the 28th of July, 2023.
Hey, Karen, it's governing body. The mayor has voted, it's governing body.
He does have
He
to?
does have to vote. Mr. Mayor,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it is a roll call vote on the resolution. I
And-
He was asking me.
So
and,
sorry.
and the mayor,
Glad you remembered
and the
that.
mayor has to vote. It's governing body on the resolution.
I
You see the red-
highlighted that and put it on
It's
top of my
governing
desk
body,
and
so
forgot.
you have to vote.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to clarify, just so we'll all be clear that what you're voting yes on?
Yes, I'm.
Well, I think you probably have to revote.
You think we need to
I think you
revote?
need to revote, yes.
Okay.
Just to make sure we're meeting the law, I think it
So
probably has
Vanessa
to be,
motioned, Lucas
Yes.
seconded, and then you need a roll call vote for
yes,
this.
yes.
So Lanessa, how do you vote?
Yes, I approve. However you want to do it.
Lucas, how do you vote?
Yes.
And then Bill, how do you vote?
Aye.
Do we include Jeff since he's here now?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Mayor, how do you vote?
Yes.
We have a unanimous vote on our resolution 2023-21.
Now, moving on to item D, approved land purchase agreement.
You guys or council voted at the last meeting to approve the land purchase agreement with Steve A's and myself reviewing, and I think Mickey. It actually did come back before this meeting, and Steve A read through it, and I think we are good with everything, and the seller has signed and they have sent it in the mail, so it's on its way for the mayor's signature, and we have up until November 1st to close. At the next meeting, we will have the draw schedule and everything finished for interim financing, so that should be complete as well, so I think we're on a really good timeline. So I don't think you guys need to approve it again, I just wanted to let you know that, or do they need to approve it?
They've already approved it, haven't they?
At the last meeting.
There was a few little amendments, they were minor amendments, so if you'll allow us with those minor amendments, it was,
One was just,
syntax
there was a
information.
typo in the
Yeah.
survey that I had just copied from the deed,
Right.
so, and then they wanted to do a special warranty deed instead of whatever.
instead of
I
a
had
general
put in there.
warranty deed, which
Yeah.
is fine. Yeah, it's
I
fine.
think
That's
those were
land
the only
purchase
two
agreement
things.
under regular item L, right?
I just got it, so I'm not even sure if I got it uploaded.
Well,
I
so-
knew,
so-
I knew I was supposed to get it today, but I didn't know for sure if I was, but I received it at like,
Maybe out of abundance of
There's one
caution,
on here.
it is on there?
maybe out of abundance of caution, somebody, you ought
But
to
it's
probably.
5 days ago. Well, it's modified that's one.
Okay, I have the
it's modified.
signed, I have a copy of the signed version now.
But
that
it's the
they're
same
mailing
version
it.
that's on here.
Yes.
So why don't you move to approve it, so we're clean?
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the land purchase contract document as presented tonight.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item E, approve street closure for Fall Festival, October 7th, 2023.
Now, this is for the yearly fall festival. We are not going to close Highway 7 for the length of the time that we have in the past. We're only going to close it for about 2 hours, and then we'll leave it the rest of the square and down to Cherokee, past the VA park for gathering of people. Otherwise, it's still the same.
We talked to our local PD about it.
Yes, in fact, before Chris had left, he said he was, well, they're the ones who encouraged it to not close Highway 7. We have so many semis that come through on Highway 7 that they wanted to leave it as minimal as much as they could.
So is the chamber aware that they're
Yes.
not going to be able to use that
Yes,
area for their
and
vendors?
they made their map up as such.
Okay. So it'll be closed, say, from,
Just as long as the parade is. Once the parade is over, they'll block it off at Summit Street, so you cannot go. There'll be no vendors on Summit at all.
okay.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we approve the street closure for the Fall Festival on October 7th as presented by the chamber.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, approve resolution 2023-19 regarding street closure for Fall Festival.
Mr. Mayor, I motion that we approve resolution 2023-19 regarding the street closure for the Fall Festival as presented by the chamber.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Item G, approve resolution 2023-20, temporary extension of premise for Pink Pickle, October 6th, 2023, for first annual Trojan tailgate event.
So we had approved at last meeting, we approved for the closure of the alley. This resolution is for the alcohol portion of it, which they will have fenced off to serve alcohol, and she'll send this resolution into the ABC, the state of Kansas.
Extended into what?
So what it is a temporary permit to sell alcohol outside of her building as long as it's fenced off. So she'll have a tent up and it will be fenced off where she can serve alcohol in that
In the alley
designated
there.
area.
She doesn't need an additional license, or all she needs is approval of the council?
We approve the resolution, we give the resolution to her, she sends it to ABC, and then they approve or disapprove.
That's the way it works, yeah.
She knows she has to pay the money.
Yes, she's aware of all of that.
Don't want anybody to get in trouble.
No,
And
she's fully
doing
aware.
this the night before?
Yes, that's what it had on the,
October 6th.
yes.
Friday night?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution 2023-20.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item H, change October 9th meeting to Tuesday, October 10th.
This is up to council. I'm not sure what time the league activities get over, even though the city clerk told me today. Was it after lunch?
Yes, it's
And it's
after
like a
lunch.
3.5 hour drive, so if you guys wanna change the meeting till Tuesday, just in case we're late or something happens. I think we did that 2 years ago, and last time we forgot to change it.
Well, last year we were, what,
We were closer to.
2 hours
last
away
year.
or less? It was in Overland Park last
Yeah.
year.
So it's up to you guys.
I have no preference, so.
Not bother me either way.
Works for me.
Does it matter to anyone, or you just wanna come home and get the meeting over with?
Let's do it.
Depends on what time we get to get out.
I know the time we didn't change it, we wish that we had. Isn't that right?
I didn't go with you guys. Oh yeah, I was in.
Yeah, you were
I was
there.
in San Antonio, wasn't it? Did I get
You-
back in time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were gone. That was last year. We came back. Karen and I drove together. We
Yeah,
came back
that's
and
right.
And we all made
like
it
an
back.
hour later and had a meeting, hour and a half.
Yeah.
That does sometimes for Karen and I make it a little bit difficult because we usually have a staff meeting
Exactly.
in the morning and go over the agenda with everyone.
The only
So
thing
we're
is, Wichita's a
Help
little
you out.
farther than it was Overland.
All right, Mr. Mayor, I propose that we move October 9th meeting to Tuesday, October 10th at 5 PM.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item I, delegate Mickey Pyle, Lucas Stansbury as league delegates with Vanessa Arthur Westervelt and Johanna O'Brien as alternates.
Need a motion on that?
Now, this is for the league conference in October.
I didn't pick those, by the way. Did you pick them?
Yes.
Thank you. Somehow they got typed on. Go ahead, Bill. Motion that one.
Mr. Mayor, I need to make a motion that
I wonder why I got.
we
Richard and
approve
Jeff.
Mickey Powell, delegates Mickey Powell, Lucas Stanberry, and with Vanessa Arthur Westervelt and Joanna O'Brien as alternates.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
You don't want to vote for this.
Motion carries.
Today is
Everybody
terrible.
needs to go home.
It's the weather.
Item J,
Yeah.
executive session to discuss attorney-client privilege, to discuss initiating litigation in reference to KSA 7456009A B.
The city attorney and I discussed this, and Steve is very confident we can do this in 5 minutes.
5 instead of 10.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I move we go into executive session. Discuss attorney-client privilege related to litigation referencing KSA 745609A subsection B. Recommend 5-minute session, include mayor, city council, city administrator, city attorney.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Yes.
Call the meeting back to order. With no further regular business, we'll move on to governing body comments. Vanessa?
Well, I see the pool shutting down and everything starting to turn into fall. And this cool weather today makes me feel good. So all of our outside employees are going to be a little happier until it gets really cold. So one extreme to the other. So that is great. Once again, keep your kids busy. Library is always there. They can find tools and activities to keep them busy. Barb's great at keeping functions happening. So take advantage of those. Aside from that, I've heard some great things. Things are obviously moving around. Jackie heard some great things. Aside from that, we're going to have a good fall festival coming in, it looks like. Everybody's preparing. So check your calendars, mark your calendars, and keep up with your city business. Aside from that, thanks to our employees and keep up the good work. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Lucas?
Mr. Mayor, I want to just thank all the city employees for the work they do and the continued, and the previous work you've done already. I want to echo what Vanessa said, the fall's around the corner. I know people go crazy for pumpkin spice this time of year. So, I know my kids look forward to Halloween, well, they used to, they're getting older. So the little one still looks forward to Halloween. The only thing I have, which I know that's like a broken record, but Cliff, is everything good at the power plant?
Everything's good.
Any foreseeable problems for this winter, or?
Hope not.
Yeah.
Which, all the number 6 and 7 have been redone, number 4 is redone. Hopefully it holds together.
How's your slab?
Done.
I was getting ready to ask, how's that moving? Are you comfortable with how everything's going? And
Yes, actually, I have a window problem in the garage doors. I just talked to the manufacturer of the garage doors, and I think tomorrow it'll be revealed that it will be all under warranty.
okay, good.
Good job.
I know that one time I talked to one of the installers, not the installers, but overhead doors, and the manufacturer that sold the door said it was out of warranty, and they were broken, and they put them in.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So I think I gotta call the company today. I'd send them like 30-some pictures.
Good. Yeah, because I was going to say that would be under warranty and not pre-existing condition.
Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow I'll hear back saying.
Well, thank you for thanks for the updates. I know that was a big undertaking, and it's coming, it's looking nice and coming along well. And I missed you last time, Jackie, so I apologize. I was wondering who the guy was in the back, so I found out. So yeah, welcome to the city, and looking forward to, the leadership you bring. That's all I had, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Bill?
I would like to echo the sentiments of the council to my right, for the council members to my right. Thank the employees for doing a good job, being diligent about their job. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Jeff?
Also, thank all the city employees for your continued effort. Sometimes public service is thankless, but we appreciate it very much. Jackie, I need, before we leave tonight, to get, do you have Brooke's old phone number, cell phone number? Or you have a different number? Did you end up, do you have a different cell phone number than the public work was that Brooks had?
Are you still using the 0303 number?
I think I'll be switching next week to a different phone number, not on the
All right.
radio.
Then I'll just Dirk hand that and call up here or something. The reason I asked is, last year Steve did an internship with the school and it worked out okay. There's a young man at school who is very interested in an internship who worked for the city of Baxter Springs last year. And I honestly, more than the individuals that wanted to do it last year, I would think there's a possibility he could be a future employee. And I didn't know if you have had your feet on the ground enough to be even interested in discussing something like that for a second semester next year?
Yep.
Or something like that. So after this meeting, I'll give you my cell, and then once you get the phone that you'll settle on, you can just shoot me a text that says,
Okay.
Jackie, and we can just go from there if that's something you'd be interested in.
Sounds good.
He's a decent kid, he's played baseball for me, and I mean, he's a pretty good guy. So, other than that, I don't have anything else, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, like I said, I want to echo everything about the city employees and everything else, and I want to, this will probably be addressed to Cameron since Jeff's not here. You might remind him that the time's coming up for our, in the general election, or general, for the half-cent sales tax that's going to be on the ballot. And they were gonna make up some seminars or something for the public to come in, they can explain them and all that.
I know we're working on it, well, I think we pretty much finished it today.
Because we're looking at probably less than 2 months away
I
out.
know we did, he had Alyssa make a PowerPoint, kind of set up a PowerPoint for us, and then he filled it all in with what he wanted to say in it. I think he finished that up today while he was here, the last time he was here. But I think that's what he wants to present to the public, so I think he's right there. I mean,
You know, I know there's stuff that we can put online and everything like that, but I think if we have maybe a public meeting somewhere set up where people can come and talk,
yeah.
and everything can be explained to them and stuff. You know, you might relay the information on, that way we can get that going, and it may be possible to have maybe 2 of them between now
Yeah,
and then. or
multiple, yeah, a couple
whatever.
meetings or something.
We need to get it out there and promote it.
Mr. Mayor, if I can interrupt just a second, I agree, I talked to Chief Wilson today about, his ongoing, his last day's December 13th, isn't it?
Yes.
About his ongoing support and willingness to participate in that public information process, and the new superintendent of schools is very interested in participating in that process, if we would like, because obviously fire and police safety has a huge impact on the well-being of the school. So they are very interested in bodying and helping us pursue that.
Nice.
So thank you for allowing me
Yeah,
some of your
and
time.
maybe there's something can be set up where maybe if the fire department, police department, whoever else like myself, I'll be involved in it. If the school wants to come and be involved during the time, and maybe there's a support possibly, or let people know how they feel about it. I think it'd be a lot.
They're very interested in supporting.
I think with the increase in all the cost of everything now, it's something that's probably really gonna be needed. And all I'm gonna do is thank everybody and stuff, and that's all I have.
Mr. Mayor, a motion that we adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Copycat. You're my hero.
He didn't really do that.
Do
He
you
just
want to
delayed.
take this, or you want me to keep it?
You can stick it in the book if you want. That way we'll know where it's at if we need it.
Did you guys all get that one?
That white book?
And then, when you find out, just let me know.
New acquisition.
Okay.
Karen, did you print off the first page of the budget for them all signed?
Is that put in there?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I did not.
Like new, built in 1942. It was sold for 1900. It's probably worth that, might be worth. It looks like new. Not ready for 1942. If. And it may have painted the butt plate, metal buttons. Okay, turn the rest to your left.